Hi, I'm Sirisha. Millions of kids are curious about what STEM careers mean. Are people sitting at a computer typing up all day? Are they wearing a lab coat? Well, let's simplify that.
Colby, thank you for joining. Yeah, so what do you do? Introduce yourself.
So my name's Colby. Currently, I'm a PhD student in electrical engineering, and I also work as a research scientist intern.
So you are an intern. For those who might be wondering what an intern is, what is an intern?
Well, it's kind of like an apprenticeship almost, if you want to call it that, where they take you in and kind of teach you how things work in industry more than school-wise, because a lot of the things you learn in school aren't exactly one-to-one when it comes to industry. So it's kind of a way to get in and see what the work life will be like after you graduate.
So what is some of the most fun or challenging things you've done?
A lot of what we work on goes into satellites that go into outer space, which is always such a cool thing to see at the end of the day, to really see your work getting out there. And I come from an astrophysics background originally, and so that's like even bigger to me to see things like that. I love it every time.
You said you started with astrophysics. What kind of got you on this path? What did you want to be when you grew up?
Originally, I always told people an astronaut, and then eventually I got into nursing somehow. And in nursing, I had to take a physics course. And that physics professor is one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life, and really put me on this path and showed me how amazing of a field engineering and physics and STEM in general really is. But yeah.
Did you become a nurse?
No.
You kind of pivoted.
So I was still doing like prerequisites and stuff like that, and physics was just a prereq everybody had to take.
Yeah, so you have pivoted even in that time that you have been working or in grad school right now.
Yes,
and what inspired you to go to graduate school?
I worked a little bit after my undergraduate, and I met a lot of people in the research and development department and talked to them a lot, and just seemed like a lot of my ideas and a lot of my goals aligned with what they were doing.
How did you navigate that transition, and what other steps some students can take today?
Finding that background or the topic that interests you the most, and then finding the people that are leaders in it is the number one key. And then kind of come up with questions of what do I need to do to excel in this field? What kind of degrees are people looking for? What kind of background knowledge do they need going into it, whether it be college or straight into the workforce? And yeah, just finding the people that are the experts is always the hardest part. But there's, college advisors, there's college professors that are always available. And
what is your typical work day like?
And so the typical day is really just a lot of reading into background onto what you're doing and kind of understanding what you're looking for, and then going into a lab and really looking for those specific things and pushing the limits of whatever project you happen to be working on.
What is the one skill or trait that you found to be incredibly useful?
Patience. Patience is huge because everything you do, nothing's ever going to go right. In the workforce, it's never just as plain and simple as it seems. So you have to have a lot of patience to be able to just keep trying.
What advice do you have for students, be it in school or college?
Just get out and explore stuff, just try different things. Talk to people, make friends. That's the biggest deal. A lot of people just want to go to school and go to school every day and go home. But big reason I got through college is the friends I made, and making study groups and even connections afterwards of they get hired at one company, somebody else gets hired at another, and we all kind of can talk about it and see how everything's going. And so I would say that's a big one that a lot of students tend to ignore because they're so focused on getting these A's and making sure they're top of the class. And it's sometimes you gotta relax and go out and have dinner with some friends and stuff.
So what inspirational message do you have for the students? And please speak into that camera.
Be curious. Don't be afraid of math. That's the biggest thing people are always scared of is math, and it's not going to ruin your career. There's a lot of people that aren't great at math, but as long as you keep curiosity and keep trying new things and meeting new people, you're doing it right. And it's not as scary of a field as it sounds.
Thank you for watching. And if you're interested in learning about more STEM careers, check out the link in the description below. And maybe there is a career we haven't featured that you are interested in. Please contact us. We would love to talk about it more. And don't forget to check out our next video.